Someone who cares for his fellow man, his family, his neighborhood, and his community. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not find someone with more love and care for the community of Long Island, New York, and this good country than your honoree, Felix Grucci Jr.
You folks just better settle in for the evening. Good evening. I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for that kind and generous introduction. Jesse has been a friend of mine and my family's for over 30 years. And he's been responsible for me being in political office for over 30 of those years. I'm sorry, 15 of those years. No matter what party you may, you know what? I gotta put this away because I can never read a speech, even if I wrote it myself. I just want to say that working alongside of Jesse when he was my chief of staff and my political advisor, it was he who got me into the elected offices that I held. And I was proud to be a commissioner on the Suffolk County Planning Commission. And from there, I went on to become the chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals, and from there to a councilman in the town of Brookhaven. And following the great supervisor, John Lemura, I became supervisor of the town of Brookhaven. And I ended my political career by public service as a member of the United States Congress in the 107th Congress. And all through those years, it was my privilege, my honor, and my total commitment to serve the people of the communities that I represented. The people of the town of Brookhaven and the people of the 1st Congressional District gave me a great honor and a high privilege to represent them and to be their voice of change in the various positions that I held. And I will always be grateful, thankful, and humbled by that vote of confidence that they gave me. We did some good things when we were in the town of Brookhaven, things that I'm most proud of. We created a program called Operation Firestorm, where we went into downtrodden communities and tore down buildings and houses that were abandoned and communities that were forgotten. We built infrastructure, we put in housing, and we brought in the police to help thwart off the prostitutes and the drug dealers to make that community vibrant again. We created a program called Dress for Success, a program that gave downtrodden women who needed a helping hand, gave them the clothes that they needed, the accessories that went along with it, to give them their self-confidence so that when they went for their first job interview, they went with pride, they went with dignity, and they went with confidence. We also created a program that I kind of had some fun with called our Brookhaven Classroom. And the Brookhaven Classroom was a program that allowed high school students to shadow commissioners and shadow council people and actually become a supervisor for the day where they presided over a town board meeting in hopes that they would find the joy and happiness that comes along with public service and dedicate their life to public service as so many has done in the past. But the thing that I'm most proud of in my time in town of Brookhaven was that every budget that I put forward, every budget that was voted on, cut the taxes in the town of Brookhaven by over 10%. And then when I left office, the town taxes were 10% less than when I got there. So those are the things that we did when we worked together, Jesse and I and many other people in the town of Brookhaven, to benefit that community. I then was given the privilege of becoming a congressman and went off to Congress. When I got there, the country and Congress was at peace. And President Bush was implementing his domestic policies, the policies that had my full support. But halfway through our term, halfway through my term, the country was attacked by Islamic terrorists, and as a result, we went to war. And the most sobering moment of my political career was the night that I sat up and wrestled with the decision of whether or not to give the president my vote to prosecute the war on terrorism, because I knew by casting that vote, America would be putting its young men and women in harm's way. And not a vote that was easy to make, but one that I knew we had to make. Now, my days in government are behind me, and my career in business is over. But I'm very, very proud of the work that we've accomplished in both those areas. So I thank you this evening, and I thank the Italian Americans organization for giving me this great honor and this great privilege. And I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to say thank you to my wife, Madeline, my son, Felix, my daughter, Danielle, her husband, Kim, and the pride of my life these days, my little granddaughter, Isabel Felix Grucci Jr. A lot of names for a little girl.